Okay, everybody, how are we doing today? Howdy, hi, welcome back. Yeah, we're here again. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing more Dawntrail. Hopefully finishing up this second zone and maybe even get to the first trial. First dungeon, first trial. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we're slowly getting there. You know, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I did a little bit this morning, just doing a little bit of gathering and trying to craft and. Out that I'm a little bit too low for some of the stuff that I can pick up right now, but that's fine. Went and converted some of my my script over to the purple script, so we're full on both of those for when it's time to pick up some new gear. But yeah, you know, I figured first things first, we're gonna try a leveling roulette. I hopped into the queue a brief second ago just to see what the queues are like. It says more than 30 minutes, but I was at like number 6 in line, so it really wasn't too bad. Yeah, we'll just we'll hop in here. I want to try and, you know, slowly figure out Pictomancer, and I figured leveling roulette might be a good way to do it. Our luck, we're gonna get like Copper Bell or something, but we'll just roll with it. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good weekend. You know, we've got a long weekend of FF14 to go, so we're gonna get quite a bit done today. So. Thanks for coming along for the ride, I guess. Yeah, you know, I'm really digging it. I'm excited to see where the rest of this zone ends up going, and you know, try and slowly make our way to that first dungeon. I'm pretty excited. I really want to get to the first trial, but I don't know when that is going to be. Like how soon after the first dungeon. I've heard it's a lot of fun, like a lot of fun. But you know, we've still got a ways to go. We've got to help our bird buddies out here. A little bit, so we'll just have to see what they need from me. But you know, aside from that, we're just gonna chill. We're gonna hang out. It's kind of a lazy Saturday right now, so not a whole lot going on here. Just going to enjoy our time together. But yeah, you know, I really haven't done a whole lot since starting this. None of my K-dramas, none of my anime, anything like that. Well, I did watch the new episode of Demon Slayer yesterday, and we got a new one tomorrow, so I gotta make sure and make some time for that, because things are happening this season. So we're almost there. Rumor has it the final arc is going to be 3 movies. Should probably be 4 from what I understand, but you know, I'll take it. I'll see it in theaters. But aside from that, it's basically been all Dawntrail all day. Whether it's streaming here, whether it's on alts, you know, it's there's a lot going on. You know, I don't know what the deal is with the queues. I mean, obviously it's loaded right now with Pictomancer and Viper, but I guess there's like a healer strike or something like that going on. I don't understand it. To me, most of the healers sound pretty good. I have a lot of fun with them. It seems kind of ridiculous to me. To refuse to play healer for whatever reason. Like I still love my Sage, absolutely. So we'll just kind of fight through it. You know, it's not like we're going to be doing a ton in the queues while we get this done. Just you know, kind of start the stream, kind of warm up a little bit. Get ready for the MSQ, right? That's all good. Got my monster. I had a little brekkie. Yeah, we're pretty much good to go. I prepared a little bit better today. I'm sure at some point I'm going to need to go and get some lunch, but that's fine. It might be one of those rare occasions that I actually order something in. You know, I never really have anything delivered here, just because it's so expensive. Like, you know, I'm not making that hollow stars money, right? So we're just I usually have to like stop the stream to go out and get something to eat, even if it's just like something simple like pizza. Like even a pizza delivery is like 15 bucks. That's more than an hour of work for me, so I gotta be kind of careful. But yeah. In other news, my Moogle shirt is on the way. I'm very excited about that. The Uniqlo stuff. You know, the last run of Uniqlo FF items, it's still one of my favorite shirts. I got the one with the Scions on it. Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's I like Uniqlo stuff to begin with. Like, they're always very soft, especially after they're kind of worn in a little bit. But we don't have one around here, so I don't really order from them all that often. It's really only when there's something specific that I really kind of want. Yeah, you know, it was time. It was time. Spencer's hasn't had enough of my style of shirts lately. So yeah, it was time. I like the FF stuff though. The Moogle shirt gives me life. I feel like it's a good representative of where I'm at right now. Right. But yeah, aside from that, you know, it's just been Dawntrail, really. Like I'm really digging the expansion. Like you know, you can definitely kind of tell. I've seen some rumblings. I talked about this last night too, right? That some people are a little upset about how slow it kind of starts, and like I kind of get it, because it probably is one of the longer times between when you start the expansion and when you actually get into any kind of combat. I mean, granted, it's kind of hard to tell as a streamer, to be completely honest, because, you know, a big portion of our streams here is going through the cutscenes. I have to voice all the cutscenes, so it takes a lot more time than it would have if I was just doing this on my own, right? Like, if I was doing this on my own, I'd be, like, probably halfway through the expansion right now. But yeah, you know, it definitely, you could kind of tell that it was taking a little bit of time to get to some of the combat. I don't mind, personally. Like, I like the fact that we're not getting these big world-ending threats. I can kind of see where they're leading towards it. And obviously, we've got some big secrets that are going to be coming out, at, you know, towards the tail end of the expansion with some of the final zones. But, you know, I can understand that some people are a little weary with how long it takes to kind of get into the action, as it were. You know, I was talking about this a little bit earlier, and it really comes down to the quest design, specifically like the XP rates that you get to level up. Like, obviously, you know, I hate making comparisons because they're really not comparable. Like, this is a mainline Final Fantasy game, right? So to compare it to something like WoW doesn't really, I mean, they're both MMOs, I guess, but the dev process is completely different between the two, right? Like, this is treated as a mainline Final Fantasy game, so they take a different approach, and they always will, right? But, you know, some people have been asking, like, you know, when people talk about WoW having active or interactive quests, right? What they're talking about is essentially the XP that you get from any given quest, right? So WoW, the way that it works is they consider how many, you know, bears you have to kill to collect those bear asses, and that general amount of XP, you know, the average amount of XP is a factor that they consider when considering how much XP a given quest should take, right? So when you're trying to decide how many quests does it take to level from, you know, 90 to 91, they consider the combat. Whereas FF14, they really don't. Like, combat doesn't really get you much of anything when it comes to XP. It's all rolled into the back end of it when you actually do the quest turn-ins. And there's a couple of different reasons for that. You know, the main one is that, you know, they like trying new things in FF14, but a lot of it's in the side content, right? When it comes to the MSQ, they want the consistency. Like, they have a story they're trying to tell. They've mapped out exactly, you know, how many quests it is going to take to tell that story and how much XP you're going to need to get from 90 to 100, right? They want that kind of consistency for their players when it comes to their MSQ and basically the main story game. Like, that's all mapped out. It's a very, very big part of their design, right? You know, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, right? Like, I know people would like a little bit more interactive quests, I guess, like WoW. But the downside of that is that you have, you know, quests where you need to go kill 20 or 40 of a mob. Or there's quests where there's, like, really low drop rates. You have to fight other players for those mobs, that kind of thing, right? And then, of course, you have here where you don't have to deal with some of those things, but obviously you have, you know, a little less combat. If they were to try and find a middle ground between the two, it's kind of tricky because it would feel like you're losing a little bit of something. Like, if WoW tried to be more like FF14, right? Make things a little bit more story focused, then you're going to run into a situation where it seems less interactive because they need to parse out the XP a little bit differently, right? You'd have less combat. FF14, if they tried to make it more interactive and do more combat, you know, give a little bit more XP for every mob kill, then that runs into the problem of, you know, the story might have fewer MSQs, right? Because you're leveling up a little bit faster. You know, they might be telling a shorter story or just fewer quests in general, right? And so, you know, it's kind of a tricky balance. You know, I get where the discussion's coming from. Personally, like, I think they both have their positives and negatives. I'm digging Dawntrail, personally. Like, I like the lower stakes. I like just kind of exploring and learning about the different cultures we've got here, and just in general having fun just being in a new realm, right? Like, I don't really mind the visual novel aspect of it. But then again, you know, I've been playing every Final Fantasy, so I'm kind of used to it at this point. You know, I'm perfectly fine never seeing another random battle in my life. But we have several more FF games to go before that's gone, right? I think what is it, 12? We finally get rid of random quests or random battles. I think 12 is where it starts. I can't remember if 10 had them or not. I think it does. So yeah, we've got a ways to go before we are finally free, right? But yeah, I mean, in terms of the actual story itself, like, I'm digging it. Like, I'm digging the story that they're telling. I'm liking learning the backstory of all this. Obviously, I think there's a lot of threads that are leading somewhere, you know, as the beginning of a new arc in FF14. You know, we don't know what's going on with Galuf. We don't know why this City of Gold is such a big deal. Where Solution 9 is going to be coming into all of this. You know, there are quite a few threads that we've got to explore as we move forward. So yeah, like, it's leading to some interesting places. It's just a matter of, you know, when it starts to kind of ramp up and he starts getting those little bit bigger stakes. But, you know, obviously, like, I don't mind not having big world-ending threats, because we've seen how that goes in other games when they're constantly trying to one-up the stakes every single expansion, right? It's I'm fine with lower stakes if it means telling a better story. But, you know, I talked about it a little last time. I see a lot of good themes and stuff running through a lot of the story that they're trying to tell. The friendship theme, obviously family's a very big one this expansion. So yeah, we're just gonna have to stick on the ride and see where it goes. But, you know, I've been enjoying my time just trying to round out some stuff. Like I said, doing the crafting and gathering stuff. I haven't really figured out where we get the crafting quests. If they're even in the game. They might not be in the game yet. I saw that they have the script, and we're gonna have the deliveries, but I don't know if we have, like, the normal role quests that we're used to. They've announced them. They talked about them in one of the live letters, but I was looking through the patch notes, and I don't know if I actually saw them listed. I was scouring through trying to figure out what to do with all my script and where I need to be going for a lot of this, but I didn't see anything in there other than the deliveries. But, you know, I was doing that like 5 minutes before the stream started, so I could have just missed it, right? The role quests we do have, which, speaking of, I probably need to head back and see if those are opened up yet. Actually, wait, it said you need to progress to a certain point in the Dawntrail story, so that's probably after we get both of the zones done, I would assume. We were doing so well. We started at 33 and now we're just kind of stuck here, huh? That's all right. You know, I want to stick through this queue for once because I really want to get some actual experience in on Pictomancer. Try and see how it plays in an actual dungeon environment with other players, right? It is just such a weird job, and that's another thing that I've been seeing quite a bit. People are like kind of confused when it comes to the new jobs, right? Like, I don't think they're very hard. I know Viper, it seems like there's really not much of an actual rotation to it. It's just kind of like Reaper. You hit things as they pop up, right? And you've got a little bit of variance outside of your 2-minute burst window. So, you know, it's a little different. It's not necessarily a bad thing. We'll have to see how people come up with the min-maxing aspect of it when it comes to like raids and that kind of thing. But yeah, they are very kind of weird jobs. To me, Pictomancer does feel fairly similar to Summoner, but also different. There's really no real comparison. It's kind of a combination of a couple of different jobs. It's part black mage, part summoner. It's a little weird. I don't hate it. I like it quite a bit. It's just you're someone that does do a lot of raiding and stuff. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of tricky to figure out how exactly you need to be handling certain things, right? Like how are you timing things to line up with your Starry Skies buff? Right? I think that's kind of fun. Like I like that kind of aspect when it comes to figuring out jobs and trying to, you know, fit that kind of variance into your personal play style. But it's yeah, there's really not that I can tell like a clear-cut path to do it. But, you know, that's something that we just got to get in, and we got to practice a little bit more. That's all we can really do, right? I have heard that the Alliance Roulette is having some issues right now. Apparently Circus Tower is bugged. And it's not just Circus Tower, it's any mechanic where you are encased in a shield of ice. For some reason, it happens on occasion that it does not encase you in the shield of ice. So obviously on something like Amon, when you need to hide behind it, that's been wiping parties. It's kind of wild. It's a very weird bug. I don't know what in the world would have caused it. But so far as I can tell, it is specifically ice. Like if you're fighting Titan, then it's not really a problem. When you're encased in rock, that still seems to be going through just fine. It's specifically the ice stuff. It's very, very few dungeons that actually use that. You know, one of them is an ultimate, so that's, you know, not too many players worrying about that right now. But yeah, Amon is probably the big one because Circus Tower does pop up in Alliance Roulette quite a bit. So, you know, just be aware of that if you're going to be doing ADR. I've seen some people say, you know, just don't do ADR for right now. I don't know about that because there's a lot of roulettes. There's a lot of Alliance raids you can do. But whether or not you get Circus Tower is going to be kind of the roll of the dice. And there is a way to kind of get around it. Basically, one of your tanks and healers needs to die before it happens. And then while Curtain Call is being cast, you res them so that they are coming up in the time that it takes them on to cast it. And then they just start resing again once it's ready to go. Hey, my Chiba logs. So yeah, those are some of the logs that you get here in this area. They're actually level 92. My carpenter could not get them turned into lumber. Just a little bit too low. Now my carpenter does not have the relic. So that's part of the reason why. I'm sure if I had the relic, it wouldn't be much of a... but yeah, this area has logs and sap that you can turn into a maple syrup. That I can do. That's like the base level culinarian recipe. So that'll be easy. I haven't really done a whole lot of the crafting stuff. It's been more gathering than crafting right now. But, you know, I figured I'd go ahead and get a head start, see what each zone has, and try and get a little stockpile, try and make a little bit of money. I feel like my funds are a little low. Sometime soonish, I really want to get an FC made. Whether it's with you guys as viewers, or whether it's just something for my alts. I just really want an FC house, right? Try and get those additional rooms. I really want to make a photo studio. And I can't really do that with my current house. Partially because I like the lounge that I've made, but also, like a lot of the best photo studios, they've turned their additional rooms into larger set pieces. And I really like that idea. So instead of having to travel all over the place, especially right now, not that I'm doing a whole lot of G-posing at the moment, but yeah, you know, having to travel around, it gets to be kind of a pain. I have to like have a big spreadsheet that I've made to have some of my favorite photo studios like listed on it. And yeah, it can be like a thing. It can take a little bit of time to get used to it. So yeah, I'd like to just make my own. That's the other thing, is like having to rely on other people for the things you want can be kind of troublesome, right? Like sometimes I'll find sets that are like close to what I'm kind of going for a photo shoot, but not quite there. So, you know, it becomes one of those situations where it's like, screw it, I'll just do it myself, right? You lewd artists out there know what I'm talking about, right? It's like, why look at someone else's when when you can just draw your own, right? That way you're getting exactly what you want. What are you talking about? We're say-so here on this channel, right? Wow, we're gonna be stuck at number 4 for a while. I mean, at this point, we might just hop into the MSQ. I mean, we're so close. Like, I don't want to withdraw, but I don't know why it went from like 33 to 4 in 2 minutes, and then we're just stuck here. Maybe that was just all people leaving the queue. I don't know. Surely someone out there's leveling a healer. I think it's one of those cases where it's like, I wish I could like dual box myself, right? Use my sage, because I like I said, I don't know what this healer strike is all about. I love my healers. I love playing my sage. So yeah. No, I had so much hope when we entered the queue, and then yeah, they just took it away. Like, it's not moving at all. Well, take a look here. Let's see what's going on in the old party finder. Daily roulettes to level up. May start if we have 3 people. Need to do my dailies. Yeah, there's just really no one doing it. I mean, granted, it is kind of a weird time on a Saturday when I'm sure a lot of people are still probably asleep right now. Like, how you guys doing out there on the West Coast? You awake yet? I don't know. I woke up like way earlier than I really wanted to. I'm still kind of tired. But like, I was looking at the clock and I'm like, man, I got a good amount of sleep. Why am I still so tired? I got my usual amount. All right. Well, you know what? After all that time, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into it anyways. All that 20 minutes wasted. Hey, that's content, baby. That's a sedan for you, right? Okay. We should get some rest before the excitement begins. I've heard I need to hop into the inn in Tulialaw because I've heard the inn is really good this time around. Right, what are we doing? We got to rebuild this boat. Over there by the float. Isn't that the 3rd promise? The rumors are true. He's trying to complete the feat of reeds by reviving Ihana. Festival is a prayer for healthy crops, but does she honestly believe that will be enough to save our harvest? Second promise, meanwhile, barely glanced at the fields before leaving Okanu altogether. Maybe we asked too much of our young claimants. Don't say anything. Don't do it. Oh, I wouldn't be too quick to count Koana out. A friend of mine overheard him muttering by the reeds. Something about what needs to be done. Is that so? Perhaps we'll get to see another of his innovations firsthand. Koana invents the tractor. That sounds like our Koana. One look at the reeds was all he needed to think up a solution. Be that as it may, our solution is nearly ready. Indeed. As soon as the others get back, our long-awaited festival can begin. But once again, rather than using outside help, Wukalamat is the only one trying to respect the people around her, right? Trying to revive their traditions and pay them credence, right? That's what it's all about. That's what will make her a good Dawn servant. It took some doing, but we managed to gather competitors to vie for the title of Winds Chosen, and the winner was only too happy to donate his feathers. Should have seen it. He called forth an incredible gust that sent his feathers sailing for Malms. We had to turn ourselves, but it's more difficult than it looks. Poor Aaronville twirled in the air for a moment before landing on his foot. I am a gleaner. Magic is not part of our training. As for us, we brought the wood and gemstone replacements crafted by Wukivu. All that's left is to attach them. It hasn't been decided who will ride the float. Papa was the guest of honor the last time I was here. I remember being surprised that they couldn't even lift the thing with his hulking weight on top of it. The rider must be a personage of great esteem, which is why an invitation is usually extended to the Dawn Servant. This time, however, I have another in mind. Okay, who is it? It's you. Our beloved Hana, the lifting of wings is only being held because of you and your companions. Thus do I nominate you, Wuklamad, as our guest of honor. Me? This boat won't make me seasick, will it? I don't think so. Then weigh anchor. I can hardly refuse a request from one even more enthusiastic about the festival than me. I'd be delighted to ride on your float. Thank you, Wuglamad. I have roles for the rest of you as well. We'll be carrying the festival float in a slow procession towards Kosanuaki, where the sacred likeness of Kishiya is ensconced. I'm trying my best. Kishai. I'm not entirely sure. What I'd like for you to do is to clear a path of dangerous wildlife so that the procession can move along unimpeded. Consider it done. You expect me to sit still until Wukivu is finished with the float? Let me come along and help with the clearing. As you know, I'm not much for fighting. I'll stay behind and assist Wukivu with the repairs. If you aren't sure where you need to go, the path I spoke of begins at the south of the village and branches off to the east. Lead you across the bridges to the stride of the sun. We shall see the clearing, then we shall see to clearing it end to end. Odd. Hand and fist. Finally, fighting some things. Let's go. I can't imagine it'll be that easy, though. Like, I feel like we really haven't spent all that much time here in this zone. It's just the number of quests compared to learning how to trade. This seems very light. Alright. As Lino Hanu said, Kosanowaki should be down this way, then off to the east where the sun path branches. And something about bridges in the stride of the sun. Anyway, let's split up and get to work. Once you've called all the threats you can find, we'll meet up in front of Kishai. Kishai. There we go. I'll get it eventually. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta do my Duolingo today. Can't forget that. The owl will be mad at me. He'll take my family. Which, to be honest, maybe that's not a bad thing. Alright, what do we got here? Oh yeah, I need to bring out our buddy. Also really digging the music. I mean, it goes without saying that the Soken always does a really good job, but even more so than usual, I feel like I actually like the world music quite a bit. Most of the time, the world music is just kind of like, it's there. It's nice filler, it's background stuff. There are a couple classics, you know, Lahi being a big one. Amarot's theme. But, you know, I feel like I can really dig and actually remember a lot of the music this time. Usually the battle themes that are the kind of the highlights, right? That's for good reason, you know. The actual zone music is always supposed to be just kind of, you know, something in the background, obviously, while you're getting more important things done. Next. Okay, 304 yalms to the northeast, so we'll be about there. That's kind of where we're heading right now. Sorry, my throat's feeling good today. It's just it's healing. It's healing after all of the work we've been putting it through the past couple of weeks, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and head up in this direction anyways. I want to say the current. There we go. This guy. This jerk right here. Yeah, fuck you, wind. Yeah, see, that guy gets it. Knows what's up. All right, we got another one over here. All right. So we should end up kind of similar to the first zone with about half of the aether currents. Because we're going to be, again, splitting the zones in half. I will say, you know, changing up that stuff a little bit might not hurt. They, you know, I don't mind the overall design with the VN stuff. But yeah, you know, they can stand to be a little less worried about consistency in certain areas, right? And the whole, you know, doing the two quests, you know, doing splitting the zones in half. I feel like it's something they could probably give a little bit on. You know, just kind of change that up a little bit in terms of the overall arch of where you go at any given time. Yeah, they still need to split the zone. That's for a good reason, right? Like they, I mean, they still have two zones. Again, that's for server load as much as anything. So, like, that makes sense. Yeah, you don't necessarily need to split each one in half. No. You know, I'd be fine even with a slightly smaller zone and maybe have another secret zone at the very end. Two secret zones. I'd be cool with that. All right, where are we at? Okay. So yeah, all of this stuff, all of those currents will be the second half. I do really enjoy the graphic updates too. Like, this is so good. I haven't really paid nearly as much attention as I should have just because I'm usually on the motorcycle. But yeah, I like the grass moving as you walk through it and like all kinds of small details like that. All right, we did it. Yay. We beat up some turtles. Congratulations, everybody. They know what they did. They deserved it. We're a step ahead of us. This must be the likeliness of Kishiha-hi. Hanu Hanu, deity of the harvest. Even their sacred images are woven from reeds. It does kind of remind me a little bit of academia. A little bit of Quetzalcoatl there. One of the ancients' creations. It's possible a vestigial memory of that time endured. Subconscious recollection from the inheriting soul providing the basis for an entirely new religion. I have no idea what that means. As far as I know, Kishiha was worshipped on another continent. This ancient faith was then brought to Tyrol by the first Hanu Hanu. The Hanu migrated here from another continent. Then mayhap the two do share a common ancestor. That's all very fascinating, but shouldn't we be getting back to Linu Hanu? He'll want to know the path is safe for the procession. Hey, I need to ride on the float. I'll run ahead and tell him we're done here. And back we go. Oh, are they just they're gonna port us? Oh. Oh, what's this? We have betrayal. No, the certain two-headed Mamulja was listening in. This guy, this jerk.
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you.
Yeah, you tell him.
Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to kill you.
I feel like that kind of goes against the vibes of the contest, man.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry. She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm just paying too much attention to the awesome fog effect back there. I like it. I like it a lot.
Are you trying to be brave, little bird?
I could never have repaired the float alone. Not properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Hana again. This is a priceless treasure. And as festival leader, I would die to protect it.
Very well. If that's what you want.
Come on, Wuklabot, save the day. Yeah. Ooh. Is that music from the benchmark?
Into that blow.
I mean, you just hit me up on the Link Pearl. I can teleport. I got the Aether right. Send me at him.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us.
The goof? the goof between us. All right. Gosh.
You need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Oh yeah. Cavalry has arrived. Got a good hat. Up and look good while doing it.
Your plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Your scorn is sweet music. Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn, or all together, if you like.
Oh? What news does he
Calm
bring?
yourself, chosen one. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre. What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Oh?
Then it would be foolish to expend effort sweating nuts. Lucky for you. Eh?
I wonder what Koana brought. Kind of a fertilization machine or something.
Ugh, two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
Talk to us, third promise. You're not dying, are you?
She got pushed back a little bit. I don't know if it's quite that dire.
It'll take more than that to kill me.
It was kind of cool to kind of see like the size difference between them. You know, everything gets warped in the cutscenes because of the camera angles and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see like just how big Bakul Shasha is, right?
So, are we having this festival or not?
Yes.
Not gonna lie,
Yes,
their
we
grunts are
are.
kind of creepy. I'm not the only one, right? Like, that's not exactly what I would want to wake up to in the mornings. Let's see that looming over your bed. Hey, we did it. Coming to our rescue. I tried to protect the float, but against the two heads, I might as well have not been there at all. Nonsense. You stood your ground and brought us the time we needed to make it back. You were incredibly brave. Yay. Alright, before I pick up the next quest, I gotta turn on the air conditioner. It was kind of cold this morning, and then that changed real fast, so bear with me a second. There we go. Much better. It's not even that it's hot. It's so muggy right now. I just got to get some kind of airflow going, you know? It's rough in this room. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty bad. The old converted garage. No HVAC. Hardly any plugins. I make do. All right, let's get this festival going, shall we? With that exciting interlude over, you'll be pleased to know that my repairs are finished as well. Before we commence the festival, however, it would be courtesy to inform the villagers that Hana will be held after all. Go forth, but do not forget your greetings. At this stage, I should hope the reminder is unnecessary. Okakili! Ohokili! See, I remember. Alright, go and talk to some guys. But we don't have the emote yet. You gotta give us the emote, man. Oh god. Here we go again. Free Kupo nuts. Alright, who we talking to? Where is this one? Like, oh, there it is. Gotta make sure that I spell it right, because it's got the Y at the end, right? Okali! Thank you for letting me know. I would very much like to attend the festival, but the repairs should be finished as soon as possible. Oh, what to do? Alright, there we go. Only 3 of them. I can do that. Snailing. Okali. Festival is about to begin. What do you expect me to say? Besides, of course, I'll be there. Cleaning up the storm's aftermath may have been hard on us all, but lifting of wings is tradition, and a joyous one at that. I won't sit here brooding my days away. Give me a moment to get ready. Yeah, lift those spirits. Party time. Mournful. Oh, Kali. What? The float is fixed. Our fallen friends would be glad to know that Hana would be soon underway. They would have wanted us to honor them with celebration, not let their loss deter us from it. Must go and enjoy the festival for those who no longer can. And that's one way of looking at it. Dad would have wanted me to get absolutely smashed. The Hanu were pleased to hear their festival was going ahead, I imagine. That as well. Once your friends return, the lifting of wings can begin at last. Feel like all is not well in Birdland. Gonna happen.
So few have come.
Oh,
Patience. Once Hana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukewu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
Right. Off we go.
I mean, you can fit more than just her on it.
Hana is a prayer for bountiful
I want to ride the
harvest.
float.
But this is not its only meaning.
Huh?
It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers.
Ah,
A
see, there we go.
commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
There's that theme of friendship yet again.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival! Let your shoulders burn, or your feathers fall out, but do not even think of dropping her!
Where's the village elder? Where's she at? She's got some thoughts on all this.
Ready and...
I could get used to this.
That's one way to walk.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
Yeah, you jerks. Come on. Thing's heavy.
Well, well, well.
There she
To
is.
see the day that Dawn's promise would ride our boat again.
Wuklamat is just having the time of her life.
Honor since you were here, Gulul Jaja.
Right, we've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozaduaki!
Yay! Party time. Just in time, too. We've had people setting off fireworks at, like, midnight around here. Not exactly my favorite time of the year, to be honest. But I'll take that than the jam band that likes to play at, like, 3 in the morning.
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Hana.
Oh? Focus is at work. We're summoning another primal. Are those still a thing?
Draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy. Kishaihi then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst,
Ooh.
where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
Ijaihi. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. Ah. Okay. That's one way to do it. Goku could have done this. Did that do it? Did we save the fields? Looks like we did. Job well done. Again, I'm a little confused about how reeds are having trouble to grow, but This is the graphical update. This is Dawntrail.
It worked.
Like a literal charm.
The float really was helping the reeds.
That was amazing! To think that such a thing was even possible.
Another day in the life of the Warrior of Light. Kind of our thing. Yeah. Gotta relax. We're going full gamer gamer mode right now. I have left the float behind like that? I was so excited to see the reeds. Nothing to worry yourself over. My brethren have been swept up by festival fever. Last I saw, they were taking turns at the carrying poles on the way back to the village. Please feel free to look over the fields and enjoy the sight of what you have accomplished. Sure are reeds.
Some of them still look a bit sickly.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You've got nothing to fear on that account. Our situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task.
Did we just have to revive one? Okay.
That you recognized the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Hana proves your dedication.
And, you know, you can set the bar a little higher than that. This is for the kingdom, you know.
What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce such impressive results since I was a mere chirper. We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Hana to hollow theater.
Aw. They learn to value themselves, too.
Hana!
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
Ah. Power of alchemy. I know it well. To sell it on the market board for 150k per HQ. Whoa.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity. It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
You could have said that earlier, Alphano. It might have been a little easier.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Archon allies?
Huh?
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology. Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
That's their culture. You can do both, my man. And you're also standing in front of, like, 5 foreigners right now. Most of whom you went to school with.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Your approach was no less effective, Wooklamat. It achieved the same result.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
Of course she did. She got to be in the float.
It was so much fun.
Anyone would enjoy the festival when they get to be in the float. That's just how festivals work. How floats work.
Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little. About the reeds, about Hana. With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. And I like you even more now than I did before.
I feel like that was a subtle dig somehow.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
Yeah, whatever happened to Bakul Jaja? What's he up to? He get his stone somehow? Ah. Alright, 2 down.
And on to the next.
Not even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
The third promise? You must join us for Ikikana next season. As Dawn servant, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the power of the people on my side.
Right. It's back to Tulihiola for now.
Yeah, and that was... I feel like this zone was really
Thank you
fast.
for having us. I look forward to seeing you all again.
At least compared to, you know, learning how to trade in the last zone. But you know what? I'll allow it. It's cool.
These are interesting times indeed.
Means we're getting closer and closer to the dungeon. At some point, I do probably need to start in on fates, though, too. You know, at least start, like, making a little bit of a dent in unlocking some of the gemstone trader stuff.
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents.
Victory through subterfuge.
We'll
Okay.
use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
All right. Well, back to the city, huh? I wonder if this will also unlock the role quests. Journey has just started, and already I've met so many wonderful people. Ukevu, for one, he's a bit eccentric, but everyone could stand to be as respectable of other cultures as he is. Linu Hanu, it warmed my heart to see him honor his departed friend through Ihihana, and to help others do the same. I can't help but feel excited thinking who else I might meet over the course of the contest. Come on, let's head back to Zabali of Tea. Alright, off we go then. Oh, but first we got a couple of these things. Now, I don't usually read the quests when it comes to, you know, the ethereal currents. That's fine. Just give me my little wind gem. Spring is a fruit that grows in the southwest. Alright, so we gotta go get some fruits. Gotcha. Are there any other currents nearby? No. Okay, so they're all in the second half of the zone. Gotcha. Yeah, you know, I think it's just in general good practice to go ahead and get these done as soon as they pop up. This is yeah, it's a lot to take in. Very easy to forget them if you just kind of sit on them too long. Chance to strengthen our bonds. How so? Lance guard. Okay. Oh, that's kind of nice. So they offer their feathers to the Lance guard for protection. Okay. That's a nice little touch. All right, so I gotta find Nahanchi, huh? Where you at? But you know, they gave me the big circle. I thought it would be, thought he would be like hidden around somewhere. Well, better get on with it. No, use these muscles of mine. Okay. Wow, this guy's kind of a jerk. Guys are offering you their feathers, and you just want to beat some stuff up. Come on, man. Now we can begin. Before the gift of feathers is to be bestowed, there are proper steps that must be taken. Okay. God, we gotta give him a tour. Oh no. Alright, here's the old village square. It is a nice carpet though. HD RTX on carpet. Also the Aetherites, man. You can really tell the graphic updates on the Aetherites, probably more than anything else. Probably because, I mean, they're one of the few things that has, like, a permanent shimmer effect on it. But yeah, they did a really good job. Need to head back over to, the Crystarium and see what that looks like. Yeah, see, he's learning the power of his job, why he's needed. To protect the people. Great bird revered by Hanu Hanu. Others give it a touch of authenticity. Man, they put in a lot of work to these feathers. Maybe he'll finally learn to not be a jerk. Really doesn't want to be here. That sounds about right. His attitude is the same as every Lance Guard troop. Okay. Why is that like that? These birds are putting in a lot of work. Those troops whose rough edges want for polish, and the task we set before them serves as a whetstone. Ah, there we go. So this is kind of like their training. Just under the veil of a gift. Been enough to rouse the spirits of some. Alright. If he needs motivation, I can give him some motivation. See how he handles a big rock with some wheels. Oh yeah. I was reading on the old essay forums, people talking about the banking of the of all of the mounts nowadays. And I've never really noticed it, but yeah, it looks really good. You can kind of do the Akira slide of sorts. All right, so this is You know, most of the Aether Current quests, or at least there's at least one in every area that eventually leads to something. Like, it's part of a chain quest. You only have to do the first one to get your Aether Current. But usually, if you like the side quest stuff, they usually lead to some pretty good things. Like, either a really good story, sometimes they have, like, emotes and stuff at the end. Maybe a minion. So, yeah. That's this one. For, the Hanu. Yeah, I don't know what it leads to. We're not gonna do the whole chain. Some of them can actually be kind of long. Yeah, I think the Great Serpent of Ranka started as an Aether Current quest. Come to think of it. All right, where am I going? Oh god, I gotta go all the way over there? Okay. Wait, Lanu Holly, what's he doing way over there? Oh, fine. Give me a chance to get out and about, see the sights, get some sun. God knows I need it. I am a gamer. The, my skin tone that you see right here, that's about right. That's, you know, we don't get much sun in the Dreamlands. Occasionally we'll get someone that wants to dream about the beach. But yeah, you know, I just make the dreams. I don't get to live in them all the time. More of a moon kind of person right now. All right, Lanu Holly. Where are we going here? I don't think I'm gonna make that fade in time, let alone long enough to get any gemstones from it. 2% left. No way. I wonder if I can just cross the river. Can't remember how I did it last time. I think I just ran across. That's fine. And yeah, I don't think there was really anything new over here in terms of like botany or anything. We'll take a look. I think this was still logs. Still sap. Let's see. Oh, this is different. We got some pineapples. We got pineapples, folks. I'm not a big pineapple fan, I'll be honest. Definitely lower on the tier of fruits in my mind. They're kind of bitter, aren't they? You know, they're like super acidic. Just not really my thing. I can't lie. But we're gonna go ahead and get them anyways. We go ahead and get these started. I think some of the early culinarian stuff needs it. Take a look. Where's the next round? What all can I make with them? Should I just sell it? Yeah, 95. That's gonna be a while. We've got time. I think that's gonna be after a few deliveries. There we go. Yeah, they're kind of tricky to get, aren't they? It's alright. It's filling up the old board. In fact, looking at it, I'm almost 91. Hey, there we go. We're slowly getting up there. Just I don't really know of any easier ways to do this. Obviously, the leaves are a big one. Gotta get in on those at some point. I found like I was able to get like one thing from one of the like rare spawns, but it turned out to be a collectible, and I don't even know if we can even turn in really a whole lot of collectibles right now. I've got it sitting around there somewhere. The rarefied raw dark amber. Yeah, I'm full up on purple script, so I don't even really know if I'm gonna be able to turn that in for anything. You know, we'll put these on the old market board, see if I can recoup some of the funds. You know, I want to get in early on it, but it's also like, it's not a huge deal. we've got a month before Savage is open, right? We've got some time, and that's where the money really starts rolling in, if you're interested in actually making money in the game, right? But, you know, I'd like to get in early while I can. I'm not going to be, you know, a gillionaire or anything like that. People that can make, you know, 100 million pretty easily if they know what they're doing. But, you know, I do want to start saving up for that FC house, right? Got enough for, like, a small if I can make an FC. But I'd really like a medium. I mean, obviously a large is the dream, but there's no way I think I can get 30 million. And I would need to make the FC first to get my alts in it. If I could combine the funds, I'm about halfway there. That's easier said than done. You know, I talked about this on a stream a little bit earlier, too. I really do wish... I understand why they do it, but I do wish that they would make it easier for you to invite your own alts and stuff to things like FCs, you know? Like, yeah, I get it. You've got the RMT stuff, but it's still... Nice. Another one for the old log. Just try and get them as I can. I've heard the jump puzzle this time around is really not as difficult as they used to be. Alright. Deliver this blessed fruit to Anu Hanu. Ceremony will be complete. Alright, so back to the town, huh? That's fine. Go ahead. Is there anything mining-wise over here? Probably not. I think most of it was, like, down in... Oh, wait, no, maybe there is. Let's go take a look. I explored a little bit of this. There were a few rocks I was able to get. Yeah, we'll just stick with botany for now. I think that's where most of it's going to be. Yeah, we'll stick with this. It just makes it a little bit easier, so I don't get, you know, I don't get a train of mobs while I'm on my way back. Yeah, you can just cross the river, but there is a point in the middle where you will lose your mount. So just kind of a heads up. It does get kind of deep there. Kind of see it. My bike. Here we go. And back on. A lot of rivers here. I like the zone. It looks really cool. Yeah, it can be a little tricky to traverse. Not entirely sure that the deeper part of the river was entirely necessary. Hey, they know what's up. They know what to buy on the Mog Station. They were prepared. Do I want to get more logs? Nah, we'll be fine. I'm gonna be here a lot. Off stream. Just, you know, just getting some stuff. It'll be cool. Smell emanating from the sack. Okay. Good smell or a bad smell? Nice. All right, we did it. We gotta go back to Leolol. We did it. We've completed the essentially the tutorial for Dawntrail. After 4 streams, we finally made it. Oh man. Oh, stretch. Ugh. Let's see what they need us to do now. I wonder where we're going next. Are we going back to one of the zones or what? Uh-oh, we got Rockin' Stones in chat. We get a can we get a Rockin' Stone Brothers? Heard the new season for that is really good too. You know, if it wasn't for Dawntrail, that's something we can always hop back into. Look at us. The contest has barely begun and we've already have 2 keystones. Surely even my talented brothers aren't doing this well. We know they're doing this well because we saw them in both of the zones. We can only hope. Alright, so before we begin the next one, we're going to take like a 5-minute break. I'm going to get some water, stand up, stretch, bio break, all that good stuff. And then, yeah, we'll keep moving forward and see what awaits us. Alright, give me like 5-10 minutes, alright? Alright. That's enough. We're back. We made it. You guys stand up, you stretch, you get your waters. Y'all feeling good. Alright. Yeah, now I've got no idea what's gonna happen next because yeah, this is we've done both of the zones. Alright, what are you thinking, Wook? Now won keystones from both the Feat of Reeds and the Feat of Gold. Surely that means our approach to the contest was the right one. Alphado's got it. So it would seem. By continuing to retrace Galula Jaja's journey as presented in the saga, we should find the remaining electors in turn. Let's visit the giants next. Like Kryl said, the fact that they were searching for the Golden City might mean that they know something useful. Yeah, I wanted to see what these giants are all about. We keep hearing about them, right? Like, I'm guessing they were the dudes in the benchmark, but I don't know for sure. Home of the Yakui is in the upper reaches of Urkopacha. Unless you're keen on scaling the cliffs, we've got to take the long way around, through Kozama Uka. This route will take us close to the Moblin village, which is another important location in the saga. And since we'll need all the keystones eventually, it makes sense to pay them a visit while we're passing through. So we call on the Moblins first then. Let's head there right now. I'm afraid right now is going to be a problem. Oh? Why is that? Because of all the floods? Yeah, see? The flight of Wee Wingless, the great stairs leading to the Moblin settlement, collapsed in the storm. Yeah, what kind of storm was this? I think they'd be used to storms by now. They're in a tropical rainforest. What are we to do then? There is an alternative, but it requires preparation. Until it's ready, you could rest in the cabins or see more of the city, whatever you prefer. I do want to check out the cabins. I've heard the inns are very good. Just to be sure, you'll accept any method of travel as long as it gets to us to our destination. Of course, who do you take me for? And then as your guide, I will see to the arrangements. Oh god. Gotta be a balloon, isn't it? It seems we have some free time on our hands. Let us make the most of it. We never did get those tacos. I need to get my axe repaired. I nicked the blade pretty badly when I took a swing at Bakul Jaja. That reminds me, I never got around to introducing you to Ropley, did I? He's the man in charge of Wachumeki Peki, and a good person to know. Want to come along? Ah, Wachumeki Peki, that's the deliveries, right? Let's go then. Yeah, maybe this is finally what opens up the old crafter quests. Maybe. Eventually, there we go. Once the pop-in comes up. The Kikeki are on the east, on the other side of Bayside Bevy. Nice. Alright, where am I? I gotta look for my little circle. There we go. Alright, so it's like a ways away from the main markets. A little different. What do you got? What's over here? Peki Peki. Everything that Tulia Law was built to be. These tacos. It's a Santis Tacos, named for its owner here. Lovely tea soul. After the best tacos in Tulia Law, this place sits atop sits at the top with Ibali Avtai. Evu's food coming by mine for a change. Stop by for a bite once the contest is over. Man, we're finally gonna get those tacos after like the level 100 quest, aren't we? Yeah, there's the old script exchange. We are here. At least now I know where we gotta go. Question is, what am I gonna level first? Like, I wanted to try leveling them all evenly, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. Well met, Ropley. I need to buff a nasty nick out of my axe blade. Shot quite terribly. Trying to cleave rocks again, are we? Something like that. Think you can fix it? You stand among Tyrol's most prestigious gathering of artisans and ask this question. This child's play. We'll have it prepared for you in 2 shakes of an alpaca's tail. Good to hear. I'll leave it in your capable hands. Who's your companion, if I may ask? This is Kyra, a great adventurer I recruited from across the salt. I brought her here to meet you, actually. Thought she might have reason to visit Wakumeki Meki. Wachumeki Meki. Okay. Sooner or later. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ropley, humble representative of this grand center of trade. A pleasure to meet you, Kyra. All the children are going to have deep voices, by the way. If you haven't figured that out by now. You there, stop dithering in the shadows and announce your business already. Oh? Who is this Ellison man? I think I've seen that man somewhere before. Ooh. Oh, he was on the boat with us, okay. He didn't get cast aside. Jewelry maker you met on the voyage over. Oh, I remember. I spoke with him too. Fontaine. Yes, that was his name. You've been loitering like a flighty admirer who can't pluck up the courage to confess his feelings. Out with it then. Why are you here? That is to say... Okay. Well, I'm guessing we're going to be making some jewelry for him at some point. And we're no closer to solving that enigma. I wonder if he could use someone to talk to. I say we go and ask. Let me know by Link Pearl if you find him first. Fontaine, huh? Where'd he run off to? Oh, he's near the taco stand. That's fair. We all follow the siren song of Cantina Chicken at some point. Throw in a couple nacho fries while we're at it. I do miss my food trucks. We don't really have food trucks around here. Probably the one thing that I miss about LA more than anything is good old street tacos. And get regular tacos, fish tacos, you name it. Little Armenian meat fries. The old genie truck. Oh, that was a good one. I'm making myself hungry, even though I ate before we started the stream. We just don't get anything good around here. Really go for some like authentic Indian, some good old naan. Where is this guy? He run off to? You by the ocean, perhaps? He's staring out to sea. Doesn't look like it. Nice. I like that they've got a few interactions out here. Used to be that they would just kind of like sit around, just silently. People outside my house, looking wistfully upon the beach, right? Where is this guy? Alright, well, first things first, since we're over here, we might as well... Come on. Come on. There we go. Nice. High Tide Harbor. I dig it. Weird that I can't jump off of the harbor, though. Like, we were just over there. It should be well within the bounds for me to reach. That's fine. I feel like if we're gonna be running around this much, I need to really like min-max switching over to Bard. Hitting the old Peloton, right? Okay. Where did this guy go? He's got to be hiding around somewhere. Maybe he's like in the staircase or something. Yeah, he's in the actual shop, right? Yeah, he's not up here. It's been a while since I've had so much trouble finding someone. We've got a great hunt afoot. Maybe up here? And I'm just going around. I'm just winging it. See some people here sitting in a cutscene. That would have been a good sign. That's the inn. Ah, there he is. Like hiding under the docks. As one does. You were conversing with Master Ropley, but wait, we've met before, haven't we? On the ship. We did. Oh, we've got the whimsical music. Comedy is afoot. You found him. Good, I'll be right there. Why did you run off like that? Did you have business with Ropley or not? Please, you needn't concern yourselves with my affairs. I'm undeserving of such attention. Huh? What are you going on about? Beg you, do not ask me to explain. Do not. Sorry, but the more you tell me not to, the more curious I become. Besides, you look like you need a friend. You're too kind. So be it. I suppose I can share with you a morsel of my misery. Before I came to Tulialal, I worked as a goldsmith at the most prestigious jewelry maker in all of Ul'dah, Thames Aesthetics. Oh, it started off well enough, but as the days passed, everything began to go wrong. You know how that is. Compared to the masterpieces of my talented colleagues, my products were lacking. Yeah, sorry about that, you know. I spent some time there. You might have seen me roaming around. Hard to be so much better than you, man. Like, there's just no escaping natural talent. I lost all confidence. Crippling doubt had possessed me, and any veneer of bravado I tried to put forth soon cracked beneath its weight. Thus did I take ship, hoping to find a fresh beginning on new shores. Yet as you witness, I lacked the courage to even approach a potential employer. You stand before a man wallowing in the wreckage of his ill-spent existence. All right then. You offered a morsel, then served us the full course. You must have really wanted someone to hear your story. If you like, I could try to give you a few words of advice. And you have experience with my predicament, of feeling terribly inadequate compared to your undeniably superior peers. Yeah, about that. Well, when you put it that way, Oh no, flashback to her brothers. Not me, I'm Wook Lamont. Third promise to Tulialal. Not the first is what you're saying. Daughter of the Dawn Servant. Oh, of course. You're a member of the royal family. Please forgive my presumptuousness. But what of you? Have you measured your work against that of your colleagues and found yourself wanting? The Warrior of Light, that's... We'll just slide past that question, shall we? How can I not? Should my work not meet the same exacting standards, no new commissions will be forthcoming. What then was the point of my becoming a goldsmith? Looking back, 'twas my father who inspired me to take up the trade. His exquisite creations brought radiant smiles to the faces of his clients, and I admired him deeply for it. But in the course of striving to be as great a goldsmith as him, I lost sight of my original motivation. All I ever wanted was to spread joy through my craft as he did. Perhaps I will give it one last try. Thank you both for reminding me of what is truly important. Well, that didn't take much in the grand scheme of things. Say a few words. Alright, well, that's another problem solved, but does that open up crafting leaves for me, or the crafting deliveries? Sorry, Kyra, I didn't mean to ignore you. But yes, I'm glad to see Fontaine is giving himself another chance. Steak. I can't help but wonder if Fontaine will follow through. Let's see if he's actually gone to talk with Ropley. Got 1,000,000 XP for that quest. Saying hello. Alright. Got you, Meki, here I come. Where are you? There we go. Alright, how'd this go? I feel like I'm going to be talking to you quite a little bit later on. You are, guys are conveniently very close to the script exchange. That worries me somewhat. So it's kind of you to come, but needn't worry, I found my courage. Pray, accept my apologies for my earlier behavior. My name is Fontaine, and I am a goldsmith from Ulda in faraway Eorzea. I realize this is a bold request, but I should like to continue practicing my trade here in Wachumeki if you'll have me. I only ask for the opportunity to bring happiness to others with my creations. So that's what this was about. You were looking for work. Yeah, consider yourself hired. Wachumeki is always in need of skilled craftsmen and women. I'll handle the necessary paperwork. Can you start tomorrow? It's a bad move, man. Never go into retail. Telling it from personal experience, it never goes well. I must thank you both again for your sage and timely advice. Don't know that I was all that helpful. But you were. Had you not come to speak with me, I would not have had that moment of much-needed self-reflection. Link Pearl time. Oh, how's this gonna go? The arrangements have been made. Come and meet me at the entrance of High Tide Harbor. Odd. Oh, I almost forgot. Do you have my axe ready, Ropley? Oh yeah, that thing. I kind of forgot about it. Ready and waiting. Behold the sublime touch of a Wachumeki artisan. Oh, it's sharp and deadly as the first day I held it. Thank you. Yeah. Should have given it like a nice shine after it gets polished up. Well, good luck to you, Fontaine. Let me know if that doubt creeps back in. I'd be happy to talk you out of it. And for us, we should head to the harbor. I wouldn't want to keep Aaronville waiting. Now off we go. Someone said... Like, I keep thinking of The Mask, but someone said that this song reminds them of Chips Ahoy. And honestly, yeah, that checks out too. Some of you are probably too young to remember. But if you are old enough to remember, now that you've heard it, you're never going to unhear it. Alright, where are we going? A new zone or one of the old zones, but the new dungeon? Enough with the secrecy. What's this big plan of yours? Look there. That is my big plan. Oh? What is that? Manatee, hey! Punity, okay. It's a punity. She'll be pulling our boat upriver. How do we know she won't thrash about and sink us instead? They're gentle and timid creatures. For the most part. She's unlikely to cause a fuss unless you give her reason to. First alpacas and now punities. We're relying on a lot of animals for this journey. These trucks, I swear to God. We should be thankful we have an animal expert as our guide then. But did it have to be my old nemesis? Another boat. Well, I took you for someone who was up to the challenge. Was I wrong? Long ago, when fighting still raged between the clans, the inhabitants of Kozama Uka rode these riverboats to move swiftly through hostile territory. But the vessels see little use with Tyrol now at peace, so I was able to borrow one of the few which remain. I did consider a dirigible, but the pilots warned me that the updrafts near the falls would make a landing difficult. You said borrowed one, yet there appear to be several on the water. Ah. No. Lamati. Traveling up the river, I presume. It seems that way. Does this mean you've earned 2 keystones already? I can't believe how well you've managed despite undertaking the contest alone. I was never alone. I've had my own entourage with me since the beginning. Ah, ha, 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 there we go. We knew they were hiding out somewhere. Hey, Arianje, what are you doing here? So that's where the split comes in. Then does Y'shtola have a third choice, perhaps? We'll find out. Alright, now we're going. Now there's games afoot. Escorting a promise, same as you. I'd heard as much of the incomparable Archons during my time at the studium. As soon as the contest was confirmed, I thought who better to recruit to the cause. I contacted the scholar, who arranged an introduction to these 2 gentlemen. The second promise had specific requirements. They who would be his assistants must boast both proven survival skills and a mastery of the arcane arts. Thus did Thancred and I receive the summons. My own studies concentrated on technology which our people could readily use, such as inventions born of magitech or clever engineering. Where magic was concerned, I covered only the foundation. Knowing you two, I expect you had other reasons for accepting the job? A few. The nation of Tulia spans an entire continent. Depending on who wins the throne, the world may be plunged into instability once more. Never have we striven to preserve peace. Where is our place if not here and now? We did our due diligence, of course, and made sure of who we were working with before agreeing to this endeavor. Even more opaque than Urianger at times, but is surprisingly... That's quite enough of that. We must be on our way. Right, well, you know, Hana can't be that bad then if Thancred and Urianger are vouching for him. Wait, I have one question before we leave. And Wuklamad are vying toward the throne. As Kuana's entourage, does that mean you're resolved to defeat all his opponents, including us? We're sworn to do all in our power to win this contest for Kuana, even if it means competing against our own comrades. Comrades. I mean, to hold nothing back and expect you to do the same. Alright, a little friendly jousting. And we won't disappoint you. Alright, I'm game for it. They're looking good. They're looking good with the updates. I thought you were taking a boat. If even you have been forced to travel on water, then the others will be doing the same. I would rather walk than risk confrontation on a leaky barge with no possibility of retreat. Doesn't he know he can't really do 2 gunbreakers? It just doesn't work. 2 warriors, maybe. Not 2 gunbreakers. It's true that I can't stand boats. But I trust the route Erenville has chosen for us. Hit me with those trumpets. Action is afoot. Leave the handling of the punity to me. Should other wildlife attack us, however, I may have difficulty keeping her under control. Do your best to draw them away, as far from the boat as possible. I'm feeling dungeon. I recognize that boat from the live letters. Can't fool me. And we shall remain on deck and stand guard, although it may be wise to have at least one of us split up front with Erenville just in case. I'd like to stay on the deck. I'm eager to put my Pictomancy to proof. Yeah, fight trial time. Let's do it. I'll take any chance to show you that I can hold my own on the battlefield. Sorry, Cryo, but we're doing this in a group. I will stand on guard with Kyra. Alright, so she's gonna be with Erenville. Thank you. If a fight breaks out, I'll try to stay out of your way. And I shall endeavor to provide aid where it is needed. I can do that as well. That should cover most eventualities. Secure your gear and board the boat when you're ready. First dungeon, baby, let's go! I'm ready. I'm feeling it. Hit me with that soundtrack, Soken. Uh-oh, this jerk. Let the hunt begin. There's that guy, just kind of looking at the taco stand. Kui Kutu, I didn't catch all of that. Nice, nice. All right, I'm ready. What's the queue time gonna be like, I wonder? Katubu. Okay. Not terrible, but not great. Should go a little bit faster since it's current content. The more people kind of queuing for it than dealing with, you know, old roulettes for old jobs, right? So yeah, now we get to just kind of hang out, chill for a little while. Yeah, how you guys doing? I hope everyone's having fun with Dawntrail. I'm sure some of you are probably quite a bit further than I am. You know, we'll be doing this most of the day today. I might take another break at some point for some food and stuff. But you know, I want to spend most of the day today and tomorrow. Get the weekend in. Try and enjoy our time. There we go. On the old wagon trail. Yeah, I'm digging it. Now that we know what's going on with the other two. So yeah, it's it'll be fun to see how this contest shakes out. But you know, at the end of the day, I feel like both Kawana and Wuklabat, like, they're the good guys, and then the other two are the bad guys. Like, they're not really... There's not really a whole lot of subtlety to it, which I don't really mind. Now, they can always throw us for a curveball, and, like, Kawana goes crazy and decides to, like, subjugate the world or something. It wouldn't be the first time in a Final Fantasy game we've had a well-meaning guy turn into a god, but this is, I feel like that would kind of go against the vibe that we've got in Dawntrail. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, but obviously, you know, they're kind of leaning up. Now that we're getting to the first dungeon, things are gonna probably be picking up a fair amount in some of the later zones as the mystery starts to unravel, as the competition heats up. But yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. You know, the only real complaints that I have right now with Dawntrail is just the queue times if you're a DPS. Like, it's not like I have to do Pictomancer or anything like that. Like, I'm doing fine. But it would be nice to, like, get a little bit of the practice in. You know, I guess at this point, we'll probably just have to start looking at doing some trusts. Just do it the old school way without dealing with other people in queue times, right? Not my favorite thing in the world. But if it needs to be done, we can get it done, I guess. We'll use just a plain old versatile lure. Why not? I'm not particularly concerned with getting hardcore rare fish, right? But maybe a few here and there would be nice. I wouldn't say no. Fishing is one of those things, like, that's... People sleep on it. You know, everyone's after the big fish title. But in terms of money, honestly, some of these fish is kind of where the money's at. Let's be honest with each other there, right? So, yeah, don't sleep on it at any means. They're probably not a bad idea to go ahead and start getting that leveled up as best as you can. Now, I am kind of worried about how many scripts I'm gonna need to get those expanded books for the new zones. I'm so bad with scripts. I really am. Like, I feel like I'm okay at getting my crafters leveled up and everything. Yeah, oh. Okay, that was way faster than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, when it comes to, like, all of the script stuff and that kind of thing, I get a little tripped up on him. Oh wow, we've got one in progress, so we'll see how this goes. We're probably already at the first boss, which is a little disappointing. I would have enjoyed. What's going on? Oh, where am I going? Where do I need to be? Oh, there we go. Well, that's fine. We'll catch up. I see him up there. Are we already at the first boss? Oh god, that's a big punity. Alright, let's see how this goes. Got a normal little square, right? Okay. Nothing particularly scary yet. What do we have as a healer? A white mage? Alright. That's fine. Resurface, okay. Pretty basic. Nothing particularly worrying yet. Oh. I scuffed that. That was on me. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So just a lot of movement, to say the least. Nothing particularly new. It's just you gotta stay on your toes a little bit, huh? Off to the side here so I'm not standing right next to the tank. Probably a bad idea on really any boss. I've heard the last boss of this is kind of wild. Okay. I'll come on over here. You guys got this. You're fine. I believe in you. There. Okay. Hey, that lined up pretty well. Damage-wise seems to be alright. Nothing all that challenging. I mean, we're still in gear that's probably well beyond what they would recommend for this, right? Like I said last stream, it'll probably be like level 95, levels 96 before I need to get rid of my current loadout. Get over there. Come on. There we go. Alright, not too bad. It's just, yeah, it's a lot of movement. I'm sure it's kind of made to trip up the, pass, what, it was 650? Oh, that's not too bad. It's, it puts it right at about where I'm at for a few of my pieces. Probably the accessories I could stand to switch out. Yeah, it's probably, some of this stuff is made to trip up like the new jobs, right? Where you're still trying to learn how to do a rotation while also moving. Yeah, I can only imagine what that's probably like on a Pictomancer, right? Now, Picto does have a few insta-casts that are pretty nice. Yeah, it's new. It'll be a little bit before it's really kind of a solved issue, right? It definitely looks pretty. I mean, look at the lighting effects going on back there, right? I dig it. I'd like to come in here now that we're unlocking them. Really get in and use that explorer mode, right? Get some new screens. I could stand some new thumbnails, and I feel like it would be something that wouldn't be super spoilery. Like, oh wow, there's a cave with some grass in it. Whoever would have imagined? Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's really cool. We actually get stairs. Huh. That's new. Very cool. After all of these years, we did it. That. Nerds. Yeah, I'm kind of sad I missed the opening. That's all right. We'll be running this a lot over the next couple of years, so that's fine. Oh god. Mimic. Okay. Yeah, you might as well. We got new items, right? I'll take care of that for you. What's up here? There we go. Now I gotta remember that our AoE combo only takes 50 now, so we can do that as well. We have options. That's probably really the only major change to Red Mage when I really kind of look at it. I mean, you don't need to change a perfect class, so, you know. Nice. More stairs. Yeah, climb it. There we go. Get those cat girl upskirts now. The Dane knows what I'm talking about. We'll be getting to you next game. Rousey? Oh no, he's just sleeping. They gotta hurt the sleeping Yeti thing. Alright, well, if you insist. Uppercut? Okay. That's a tank buster. Alright, what do we got going on here? So, got some plants gonna pop up. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Got like a big AoE. That's kind of cool. Rousey's dance invigorates the roots. Okay. Well, where do we want to go? I feel like... Okay. That's going to be like one after the other then. Okay. Kind of cool. Hey, get back here. Spit. Okay. It seems like they really like having, like, ads. I don't ever really remember this many ads being around during, like, normal bosses, right? Right, so it's like one after the other. Got it. A little different. You know, changes it up a little bit. I do like the battle music quite a bit too. All right, there we go. Okay. Another one. This should just about do it. Shouldn't need to go through another cycle of the flowers. Hey, Sue. Aiming. Get out of here. Bending. Yeah, eventually. Not now, though. What's the actual boss music gonna sound like? Man, this is so pretty with the new graphics. I love it. I need to probably turn off reshade and just try it out, see what it looks like without anything. I'll wait for them to gather all up. Yeah, let's get in on that, shall we? Now, I don't think they increased the amount of company vouchers that you can get. I feel like maybe they should have increased that a little bit. Since obviously all of this stuff that we can turn in is probably going to be quite a few more vouchers than we had before. Like, we're getting up there to where, like, one item is pretty close to 2,000 vouchers. That's a lot. That's a lot of company credits. We're just going to get up to 100, and then I can split it as needed on the next pool. Nice. But yeah, the foliage and all of that looks really good here. Really, really good. Very bright. It's very colorful. Yes, and that's the final boss. All right. Flying mantis thingy. These guys, more worms. Come on, gather all up so I can. There we go. Nice. That should do it. Ace. Yeah, we got plenty left over for the boss. Pop a lucid there. It's like they made an entire expansion from the Alola Islands. I like it. You know, the Criterion dungeon that they had. One last treasure coffer. And how we doing on earrings? 650. Yeah, it's the same. Same as what we've got. Ooh, but a new brush. I'm not super concerned. Yeah, we can greed that. Like to see what it looks like. I've heard the PvP brush looks really cool. Okay. Okay. For AoE. Right? Let's see. I'll be submerged to defend their territory. Okay. Oh. So they actually help us out a little bit. Interesting. That's kind of nice. Thanks. Thank you, Curls. Okay. Uh-oh, does he get stronger? Strengthen Apollyon's wing beats. Alright, so we need to make sure we are, like, nowhere near his wings. Got it. Oh. Okay. Are these gonna be... I'll get them up. Oh, no, we already got them up. Oh, so they're a Viper. Got it. My other DPS is a VPR. Wow, they're already up here? Okay. Right? I mean, this seems kind of simple. Just avoid the, Okay. One's still good. Okay. Oh no. Dickworms. Here we go again. These guys. Everyone's favorite mob in the game. 10 years running. Okay. Are they gonna get stronger again? Okay, so 4 arms this time. Okay, got it. Ah. While we're running, might as well. How we doing? Everyone good? Everyone up? I don't need to res anyone. Wind whistle. Which one was this? Okay, no, this wasn't the jumping around. Got it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, we gotta, like, pay attention to the star sign as it's moving. That's kind of wild. Okay. And down I go. They got it. They're almost done. Yeah, I thought it was out of the area of that one. I don't know what the deal was. That's fine. We got it. It was at the end of the fight anyways. Yeah, I can see why people wipe on that part. Yeah, it's a fun fight. Keeps you on your toes. Thank you all. Ooh, hello. I think I know a few people who are going to be taking advantage of that. All right, what's the brush look like? Okay, kind of cool. I mean, granted, we don't really have a whole lot to compare it to, so you know. Yep, sad we missed a little bit of the intro, but we didn't miss too much. We got to do all 3 bosses, that's what counts, right? Ooh, pretty.
This is as far as we can go on foot, it seems. We'll have to head back and see about fixing the boat.
Oh. Hey, there we go.
Hey! Everyone all right?
Thought that was stone for a bit. I thought the Pudati was like a stone figure for a while. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that haze. Look at that fog. I was worried we might not catch up to you. Those caverns you traversed were dug by the Yakui and searched for gold. Remnants of their excavations can be found throughout this region. Well, I appreciate the lesson, oh wise guide. We landing this boat anytime soon. Aw. Like the ocean I get. Come on. Just on a river. Proof of that, you only need to look ahead. Oh, this should be a fun zone. This should be a lot of fun. Falls are impressive enough from a distance, but it's almost too much now. Yes, amazing. Now, please let me off. I've been to Niagara Falls. It's pretty cool. Took the little boat out, me and my dad. Wear your little raincoats. It was fun. A pretty long little trip. An hour. One more boats. Are you not all right? I should be surprised if she was. Even without the nausea, we're all spent. There is a mountain shelter nearby, a resting spot for those who have ascended the stairs. I suggest we make use of it. You guys know a lot about this area that apparently not a lot of people go to. He is a gleaner, but still. Be a welcome respite. Then again, I guess he was searching for the City of Gold too at one time. Have you the strength for a short walk, Wuklamat? We can rest along the way too. It's all. A promise is meant to lead from the front, not mule and moan like a sick kitten. What? Yeah, come on, Cry. I'll have some sympathy. Your center of gravity is like a foot from the ground. Of course you don't get seasick. Ignore me. It's the nausea talking. I'm fine, really. Lead on. I'll follow. Very well, but if I might say one thing. Just because you're a promise or a claimant for the throne doesn't mean you can't be seen to struggle. You needn't bear this burden alone, so please don't hesitate to talk to us. We're always willing to lend an ear. Yeah, it's just us. You don't have like a bunch of followers, you know, looking at you, leering as you're seasick. Leaning on others is a skill. That's true. Certainly done our share of leaning. Partially because I'm very lazy. You as well, Kyra. I've always believed this to be my problem alone, but perhaps you have the right of it. All right, I'll talk about things. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts. Of course, as long as you need. We'll be waiting at the shelter when you're ready. Aaronville's known her this whole time, so he's probably just like, oh no, she's about to mention that thing. Alright, first things first. Aetherite. Is there an Aetherite nearby? Oh wow, no, it's like up there. Okay.
I've long felt that I could never tell anyone when I was confused or hurting, that admitting to weakness would bring shame to Papa's name. But if you say you're willing to listen, then there are things I'd like to talk about. Come on, let's catch up to the others.
Alright, first things first. Okay, so not too far away. Hey, there we go, right in the center. And we're already level 92. We're making our way up there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. So another level and we should probably have the first trial. I'm guessing it's going to be Valagarmonda, but, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so we got our repair shop. The Aethers, no. First. Okay. Second. Get all this unlocked while we can. And third. Also because it lets me roam around without having to worry too much about the mobs, right? Ooh, they've got the elephant. Nice. Right, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick up most of the stuff in these later zones. I gotta level up a little bit first, probably. At level 95, might be a little trickier. Oh, okay, so that's a collectible too. Yeah. Okay, so nothing of note like right here. What about mining? Do you have anything along these rocks, maybe? No. Seems like it's a lot of collectible stuff. We'll take a look. We'll go up here and see. My mining is a little bit lower because of the because I don't have the relic on it, so yeah. Looks like it'll all be on the lower half. Yeah, we're like up here. Ah, okay, there's the staircase that got destroyed. Gotcha. Oh, it's fine. It never hurts to look. We might as well. If there's an opportunity to gather a little bit while we're here, we might as well. Here for the night. I understand the desire to push ahead, but we need to recuperate from our punishing river adventure. Then let's settle in. We'll need a cook fire, and there's meal preparation to be done.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
How did you meet this dad of yours? So sorry.
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Ulul Jaja is my only parent.
Aww.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either.
Well, you gonna talk about who you do remember? That grandpa of yours? He seems kind of important to this expansion. Can't quite put my finger on it.
I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar. Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue.
We don't hear very much about her mom. How's that work out with all the militia?
And sobbing and ready for a scolding. But the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything.
No, Wuklamat, it's never too late to learn.
I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people.
She did say a lot of words when she first met us.
I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
No, you need to be well-rounded. That's what makes a great ruler. Say this again. I'm gonna keep saying it as many times as we have to.
Don't compare myself to my siblings, you mean? I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
That's right. Remember your purpose.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something.
It's very important. And then, you know, when we find the City of Gold, and you know, that's when I kind of take over. That's what I'm here for.
To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali.
That's right, you have to be yourself. You don't have to become a lewd VTuber. You don't. You can make your own content, someone will enjoy it. You just have to be you. Make the content you want to see.
It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making. I will find the City of Gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl.
I feel like, you know, the Dawn Servant thing is kind of cool for you, Wuklamat, but I feel like this whole Galuf thing has bigger implications here.
I appreciate it, Wuklamat, but you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation.
I mean, we were kind of tasked with going to the same place he went anyways. It's kind of the same path here.
So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
I'm enjoying the journey. Having fun.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Chapter 7. Wuklamat goes to a rave. Welcome to Balmog. Oh? Okay. Now what are these guys up to?
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that.
This is a small camp, isn't it? Hanging out on the other side of the building, huh?
But what of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alizé on her rear.
All right, you gonna say that about Alizé's friend, the Warrior of Light, that's sitting right next to her? You want to keep talking, Thancred?
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
This is it. Arianje finally gets into footy.
Has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates. The head of the students of Bardessian. And then there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If she's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I've any intention of bowing out.
Ah, that's a little bright. That's a little bit of the Riche talking there.
Only served to strengthen my resolve.
I
We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tuli Yolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better. And I will be the man to change it.
I mean, it seems like the nation's doing pretty good, man. I mean, yeah, a little bit of innovation's not a bad thing, but you gotta love what's already there first.
I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawn Servant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
Yeah, what's that mean?
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
That's true. So they're worried about, you know, a certain two-headed jerk coming in and stealing them, huh? We got Zorolja that we got to worry about too. Yeah, see, there we go. See what this guy's up to. Oh, he gets his own little hut. How's that figure out?
Your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawn's servant.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention. When I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle.
Do we have a little Golden City lore coming up?
They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history.
I mean, I still think we're leaning towards, hey, they discovered a way to pass between the stars, right? You know, the thing Y'shtola's been looking for? That's just my guess.
This power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all.
Oh, okay. So what's his plans then? Oh, we know his plans. What about this guy?
And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
Alright, so we got plans afoot. Things are slowly starting to come into focus.
Everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
They did a good job with the chameleons and their creepy little eyes going all over the place. And then there's this guy, the big fight guy, big punch man. It's like he's kind of lagging behind, huh?
For a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all.
Okay, so I guess there's just an infinite number of bugs every time someone enters the dungeon.
I wonder if the house cat is dead yet. Be ashamed to lose a plaything, but we'd still have 2 more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliolal after you take the throne?
Does he have plans?
What makes you think we care about all that? We care only about the contest and proving our superiority.
Could it be the, you know, just one of those guys that wins the contest and then it's like, all right, well, I abdicate because I don't want to deal with this.
That would surely please mother and father.
Oh?
Yes, and when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our kin to live in the city.
Well, who's mother and father then?
Fine idea. Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle.
Okay, now he's getting a little interesting.
One-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet somehow I made it. My arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
Uh-oh.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind. My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
Well, I mean, I guess it's better than the sword through the heart. It's just what I thought was going to happen.
Sacrifice. All has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind. I'm begging you.
He'll be fine. They're going at a leisurely pace. You're just walking. Gotta do your reps, man. Get that cardio in. Say those things has brought me such relief. Like a stone has been lifted off my chest and I can take a full breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself like that again. I want to be better, will be better, for myself and for my people. Nice. Nice-oo. And a new trust open. Do I get anything for this? Probably not. Oh, hey, we do. We get a title. Not that I would probably ever change it from Crystal Keeper, but that's cool. All right. Before we start the next quest, we're going to take another break real quick. Stand up, stretch. Got to turn up my air conditioner. You know, all of that good stuff. But we will be back here in like 5-10ish minutes, all right? See you in a few.
All right, let's hop back in here and continue on. We're just slowly making our way down. It's a little bit at a time, zone by zone. But yeah, now we've got some interesting backstory stuff coming in. We'll just have to see, you know, where this all leads with the with the others, right?
Moblin settlement of Earthenshire is not far from here, but be warned, the road we'll be taking is favored hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there will be fewer travelers, meaning the brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road? What have Zeralja and the Landsguard been doing? It's up to me to restore order to the area.
Okay, you just run on ahead.
And off she goes again. For now, we'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river.
Alright. We're heading to a Moblin camp. We're like goblins, but a different name. Hey, we'll have some aether currents along the way, it looks like, too. I see. Alright, anything interesting while we are driving around? Hey, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I think this was just the one that was a collectible, right? Yeah. Kozama Uka, chamomile. Okay. Oh, that's fine. It prevents us from getting into combat while we're driving through. And now things are starting to open up a little bit. Now we're getting a little curious. Now, these zones we should be doing... Oh, this is the second half. Okay. Yeah, we were... This is just the second half of where we were a little bit earlier. Gotcha, gotcha. Still in the same zone. Interesting. I expected us to be hitting a new zone, but no, we're just on top of the cliffs. Gotcha. 7 yalm. There it is. Those are cool looking birds. Swamp monk. Okay. They're like lizard birds. Fish birds. Alright, we got some bandits, maybe? Bandits.
Apparently they're not foolish enough to attack a party of this size. Earthenshire is just a little further ahead, on the opposite bank of Miyaka Bexoma. But let's remain vigilant all the same.
Okay. I'm sure we'll run into some bandits eventually. Come on, fight me, nerds. Man, there's a lot of pretty birds in this expansion. Oh. Assume we'll be going down there eventually. Usually there's like 1 or 2 aether currents that like you kind of have to go off the beaten path for. Or like maybe they're part of one of the side quests instead of the main one. Usually it's only like 1. So hopefully it won't be too bad to round them all up and finish it out, right? Because yeah, there's quite a few areas over here that we have not really seen yet. Alright, let's put the old botany back on. So we got some ruins over here. Kind of cool. Oh, stuff over to the west. Polyon. All right, battle bug. Like something you see like in an old 80s action toy line, right? I definitely would have had an action figure of these guys at some point. Be the bad guy. Okay, well this is clearly going to be used for something. But what, I don't know. Wow, we gotta like go in here. Okay. Yep, off we go. That's why I got botany on. Takes care of that problem. Mining. Anything good here? Okay, that is a player. There we go. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything gathering wise. I was hoping I'd get at least a little something for my travels, right? Oh, look. That's fine. Can't win them all. We got plenty of time. It's not like they're going anywhere. But, you know, you kind of want to make sure that you're staying on top of things a little bit. But yeah, I am curious about where this story is going. Where, you know, to be honest, I could see a situation where Wuk Lamat does not become the Dawn Servant, and, you know, things happen. Just curious about what and how, right? Got two others that have their own plans going. Okay. Yeah, I am a little curious about Bakul Jaja's family, like who we're talking about here. We really haven't seen anything family-wise from really any of them. Like, you've got the Dawn Servant, but like we don't know anything about you know, his wife or anything like that. You know, Wuk Lamat's mom, as it were. We just don't have anything. It's all collectibles over here. Maybe I just need to be higher level. That could be it too. That's fine. Go ahead and get this Aetherite and then continue on. But I thought I'd look just in case. I want to pass up opportunities if you don't have to. Do a lot of things for Gil. I mean, a lot of things. Alright, got you. And round 2. Actually, while we're here, I could probably stand to mend up a little bit. I took out a little more than I thought. Crafting stuff. There we go. Anything that I can really sell? Really? Fish? We got it. We can fish? I keep forgetting about fish. I don't know why. This is it. The village where the Leia Potts and the Tulio Law saga took place. Earthenshire, Idleshire. Might be similarity in cultural inclination, I wonder. The settlements themselves couldn't be more different, though. The Shire appears custom built to resemble Potts, while the other is a repurposed town. Hello there, Moblin. What say you? Welcome to Earthenshire. The pleasure of happy greeting the third promise and her retinue. That is us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant's Elector, if you happen to know who that is. We're exchanging tongue flags with her right now. Riederock is the Elector you seek. Oh, that's helpful. We can cut straight to performing the feat. Much as Riederock would like to do just that, we have a much more pressing worry. Storm which hit our village shattered the cliffs and drops rocks on our brain cases. Many help hands for the Potsworn were injured. There's no time for feats or metal tests. I'm sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared you would be caught in its path. But not to change the subject, but what are the Potsworn? Goldsmiths contracted to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops where they practice their craft. The Moblins provide these Potsworn with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest golden metalwork in Tyrol. Unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. Okay. One of the goldsmiths.
This is the best they can offer. I should never have left Waku Meki Meki. Was that, knowing glance for? You see, the Potsworn desert us. Without enough healthy help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the pot pact. Should all of our Potsworn leave, Earth and Shire will grind to a halt. We have to do something and do it soon. And let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me a chance to learn more about your people in your village, and if it brings us closer to beginning the feat, then all the better. This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obligated to join in. Take a rest while you can. Of course I'll help. Why wouldn't I? I'm Warrior of Light. See, choosing the other option and Alize giving me a sideways glance. I was hoping you'd say that. I wasn't sure I actually could do this on my own. With all help, we'll all help. I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch. We'll take every LP hand we can get. Need to rock truth heroes that once the Potsworn have their perfect workshops again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise can help Rakurok. Yeah, thumbs up. To other four, follow Redarock. There are other help hands in need of lending. Oh, gobblies never change. I really appreciate you pitching in. I meant what I said at Mini Fires. There'll be no more feigning strength, no more plaything at an invincible promise. If there's one thing I've learned on this journey, it's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of it, having such an incredible mentor at my side. Let's find this Rakurok fellow and see what we can do for him. Radio. He's not that far. It's a small village, all things considered. Rakurok can meet his obligations without more help hands. The Pock Pact is broken and the pots are emptying. Oh, you've come to aid Rakurok. Rakurok accept your help handing with joyous feel smiles. We can offer the Potsworn their promised good living. We might save the day yet. Whatever you need. Yeah, so 655. All right, so now we're starting to get to that point. A few things, maybe. I don't know about weapons. Yeah, that's still a little bit below. But yeah, if we start getting some rings and stuff, then yeah, we'll finally start replacing a few things, which is about where we thought. All right. So that being said, I think we're gonna call it for right now. I'll be back later on tonight with, you know, some more Dawntrail. Like I said, that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing this whole time. But I need to go get some food, get a little bit of work done off camera, and yeah, we'll be back tonight with some more gaming. It's cool. We've got a lot to do. So, sure enough, you know, same as usual. Like, subscribe, follow all socials here, whatever. You know, help us get to that 1,500 subs, and beyond that, it'll let you know when we're going live. It'll be like later tonight, probably like 9 o'clock or so. We'll see. Could be a guerrilla stream, but usually I try putting them up ahead of time for this kind of thing. But yeah, that being said, I hope everyone has a good Saturday. I hope it's a good start. And, you know, be careful out there, be safe, and enjoy your time at Dawntrail. I will catch you guys a little bit later on tonight. Bye-bye.